and welcome to this standalone video. We're going to have a little look around the Bainbridge bucket that we purchased recently. Just show you some of the key aspects that we like about it. It's our second one that we've purchased from the company. We've not had a discount or anything like that to do this video, just before anybody thinks that there might be some bias in there. There isn't. We've bought it, we've not got anything off it, but I just thought, you know what, new kit in the yard, let's have a look at it and to show you why we bought our second bucket from these guys. This is 2 meter cube bucket and it's got their brush on the front here, and our bucket brush was getting a bit worn. It did have a full galvanizing up to here on the old one, but I don't think it really makes a difference having it like that. It's got a bit of stock board to keep things flowing into the bucket, and it's held on with these pretty hefty welded on brackets, which on our old bucket from these guys are still on there. They are a bit compressed because we have hit them on a few things, but you can sort of see from the thickness of steel that it ain't going to bend very easily. And to be fair, we could probably just prise them back out on the old one. So yeah, inside the bucket, the bit that we like is, you see that there? So it's square on the outside, or angular if you want to call it that, right? But on the inside, it's nice and rounded, so material drops out of it. It's a bit more easy wearing that way. Like double strength on there, so I guess it's like double skinned bucket. And we are very good at wrecking buckets here, and we've not managed to wreck the old one, which I might show you actually a little bit later on in the video, and you can see how that's worn and how that's gone on over the 6 or 7 years, something like that now, the old one. Welding wise, perfect. These braces, very strong, thick steel used. And even though we're on pin and cone, sometimes you get those like bending with people picking them up a bit wrong. Well, they haven't, because there's just that much weld on there. Look at that, that's like double weld. I'm not a welder, so don't criticise my terminology here. But it's a strong old bucket. It is. It looks like we can adjust the brush depth on these adjustments there. Well, of course, when the brush gets smaller, as it will over time, then we can make adjustments on either side of the brush with those handles, just to bring it closer to the blade. Some new stickers on there. We've not seen those ones before, although this one is one that we recognise from our old bucket. Bit of stock board again on the front here, easily replaceable, because that's the bit that's going to catch the floor when people decide to sort of run the bucket at that angle, really trying to get the bristles in. That's the bit that will wear. Stops muck coming forwards, and like I say, you can just bolt. It looks like it's bolt on. I think it'll need a good wash light to bolt it on and off as we go. Big hydraulic motor. Has it got a relief valve on it? Is that what they are? I don't know, I'm not quite sure. Not used it yet. It's still, as you can see, all tie wrapped up onto there. Stand comes with it in there. Pins out the top. Leg in the bottom. Put the pin in one of those holes so you don't lose it. And then the brush will stand up on its end against the wall or whatever. Keep it out of the way. Then you can use the bucket for what you want. Anyway, we better show you the old one, and then it pretty much rounds up why we bought another one, because it's been just so useful and handy. Just before we go on to that, this is a Manitou one. This is not a Bainbridge engineering one. We've had to add that piece of angle iron on over the years because it cracks out in these places. It's not got that rounded bottom in it, which I can't show you because it's full of barley at the minute. But everywhere just cracks out. It's always needing a little bit of welding on it here, there and everywhere. Okay, it is a little bit older than our Bainbridge one, but it's required work on it earlier than the Bainbridge one that I'm going to show you right now. Not right now. I'm going to just show you that. Look, we even had to put a support in the middle because it sort of, the bottom was flexing out and we're having to, be better. when that's gone, it'll be much better on this farm. I am definitely getting to the Bainbridge one now. Here it is. See, still got part of the sticker on there. I think that's actually burnt off because we were having a fire one day and it got quite hot. So yeah, sticker's still on the side there. Little bit of a sticker left. So we've been using this for mucking out, and you can see the blade at the front's just getting towards being a bit worn. It needs that replacing, but no cracks on it whatsoever. It is just holding up fantastically. Again, it's got that round, so you can see there's a little bit of material stuck there, but there's not a great deal of sticks in this bucket. It does come out nicely. Again, we can see a bit easier inside the bucket here. You've got those reinforcements on the side. Just add to the strength of the bucket. And yeah, I don't know if we've ever used these, to be fair, but I'm guessing you can just pick it up with a chain if you want to move it around. Something we've never, ever used, but you can see how that support brace comes right up to the top. Right up. And it's welded all the way down. There's no skips. It's welded all the way down to the bottom. We can see these bracket things that hold the brush on, and as you can see, we have bent that over time, doing one thing or another that we probably shouldn't have been doing. But I reckon if we got a bar in there, we could soon prise that back open with a bit of heat, so we'd be back on. We have got a bucket brush somewhere. I'll see if we can find the other bucket brush where you got a different type of welded on bracket that are nowhere near as strong. I could make a video this in depth about buckets. I didn't even know myself. We're going to go and find this other bucket. Look this one up. We'll head, I think, down this next aisle. I've only come out because I left the bucket out in the middle of the yard here, and I thought, I bet, we've been brand new, it better go back in the shed because I don't want anybody half inching it while we're asleep tonight. This one, well, that is a fantastic bucket. We could go on about that another day if people want to do it. Mind the tyres. Where's the bucket? The bucket's here. So this is the old bucket brush, right? And these aren't as strong. They aren't. Look how it's been welded up. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is take these off, and we're going to weld on some other brackets like we saw in the previous bucket. I was saying about the sort of the strength of the bucket and the quality of it. Now, if you remember, it had a, well, I'll show you this bucket and show you the difference. Bainbridge one, there's a big piece of metal that sticks out here, right? And then you don't get problems like that. Yeah, look at that. It's just pulling away from the bucket. So that's all going to need welding back up to bring this back to, in fact, I think it's been done before, but it needs doing again to bring it back to being a good quality bucket that we can use on the farm. Again, look at those brackets. It's had some weld on it. They're not as thick, like them other we've been looking at are even thicker than that, aren't they? To hold on, so there's real power behind it. That's just a bit more thinner steel, a bit more complex, more welds. That other thing's just shaped and it works. And you can see the thickness of the steel that's in this this bucket brush. Although where the brush has been took out, it's nowhere near as strong. These bits are bent out, and yeah, it's just getting too tired. One thing I will say is, you do keep your hydraulic pipes out of the muck with that being all the way to the top. So that is one positive on that type of bucket brush attachment that goes onto your bucket. Is this going to be a drinking game where wherever I say bucket, you've got to have a shot? And possibly, I think it might be. But yeah, I think I've had enough for showing you every single bucket that we've got. I've not even shown you the MX. We've got an MX bucket there, a little one, little auger bucket. We might as well show it you while we're here. Plastic auger bucket is that fantastic. That is our backup one for if the big MX breaks. Well, we were going to trade it in, and I think the sort of money that they were going to offer on the trading, it just was better to keep it as a spare. Like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and if anything happened to the MX bucket, we'd be in big trouble. So just to be able to get that out from behind the tyres and keep going is priceless at them times. when you think, well, I could have had an extra grand. Well, yeah, if the cattle can't be fed, what's an extra grand, you know? Sat around. It's still worth that now. So, anyway, that's me done. I'm going to grab the JCB. Hopefully I've not bored you to tears for too long about buckets. If you've liked it, press like, subscribe. Hopefully you've learned a little bit. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.